For days, a manhunt has gripped 3 provinces of Western Canada, an area half the size of Europe. It ended with the arrest of one of the country's most wanted men. Myles Sanderson was pursued by police down a road, not far from where the killings occurred. He died in hospital shortly after being arrested, and there are conflicting reports on what happened.
Our province is breathing a collective sigh of relief, as Myles Sanderson is no longer at large. I can confirm that he is no longer a threat and there is no risk to the public related to this investigation. It's just something I can't speak to the specific manner of death. That's going to be part of the autopsy that will be conducted.
Myles Sanderson's brother, Damien Sanderson, also a suspect, was found dead earlier in the week. How that happened is unknown.
People across the province have been on edge for days. Their grief has been made worse by fear and frustration because Myles Sanderson, a man with a long criminal history, hadn't been found. People were being urged to stay indoors and keep safe as a priority.
Families of those killed in the stabbings have been talking about their profound loss. Bonnie Burns was from the James Smith Cree Nation, where most of the victims were found.
Right outside of her home, she was killed by senseless acts. Her son, she was protecting her son. She was protecting these 3 little boys. This is why she's a hero. She's a true matriarch.
Her son Gregory, described as a great kid, was also killed. Indigenous groups say the healing process can now begin. However, with both Sanderson brothers dead, it's unlikely their motives will ever be known.
Nomia joins us now from Melfort in Saskatchewan. Nomia, morning to you. Massive story, of course, in Canada, and the world is watching as well. These latest developments, what more do we know?
Yes, good morning, Naga. Well, there is a real sense of relief here in the community following the conclusion of this manhunt. People have been in a real sense of turmoil the past few days because this sort of thing never happens in these really remote communities, but also doesn't happen in the whole of Canada. And for the last few days, we've been getting these piercing mobile phone alerts that basically tell us of these sightings of Sanderson. One minute he's in this part of the province, the next minute he's here. So people have been staying indoors. They've been warned to stay indoors, even by the Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, in order to keep safe. And now that this has been concluded, people can feel that they can now mourn properly, that they can fully grieve without any fear. Of course, there are questions being asked about exactly what happened to Myles Sanderson. How did he meet his death? Of course, the police are asked that question, and of course they don't answer it because they are in the middle of investigating. There is going to be a post-mortem to determine exactly how he died. But as I say, there is a great sense of relief that finally there is some conclusion to this manhunt that's happened, and to these stabbings that occurred a few days ago, which has left this community in a real state of trauma.
Understandably. Nomia, thank you very much. Nomia Iqbal there for us.